guys, welcome back to Freeze Drying Mama. Today we're talking a little bit about storage and how to label things. If you've watched any of my videos until this point, you know that I'm not a neat freak. I just am not a neat freak. I have 6 kids. I am just way too busy to be dealing with all the neatness. I have some options and some label options and some rotation spreadsheets and stuff that you can sign up and get for free on my printable vault on freezedryingmama.com. But just know that I only use them for a little bit, and then I stop being overzealous and I start catching up with life, and I homeschool and I'm cooking food for people, and I'm literally fitting in the things that I can fit in when I'm freeze drying. Right now I just threw in some blueberries. Next up is some rotisserie chicken because I just left Costco today. I literally am just trying to shove my freeze drying and food prep into my everyday life. And if you are too, you want to keep things simple. Now, if you're the type of person who really likes organization and you like to type things up and you like to do all that, good on ya. If you have time for that, double good on ya. I'm so jealous. And if you're just super bored and you need something to do, I will give you my address and you can come hang out with me and I will give you things to organize. Okay? So, here's what I do. I bought these Avery address labels. They're the little ones. They're like 2/3 inch by 1 3/4. They're the ones that go up in the corner. These are great to put on the bags themselves. Okay, I haven't done any yet, but I will. But these are great to go on the bag to keep the ink off of the Mylar. However, before I bought those, what I've been doing is just putting it above the part on the bag where it's not going to be touching the food and it doesn't touch the air around the food. So you can see tomato sauce 9/18/2020. It's above the seal and it's where it's been actually sealed, so it doesn't affect it. Okay, so what I do for my bins is, as you can see here, this is where I have them stored right now in these cheap little Rubbermaid bags or Sterilite boxes, bins, whatever they're called. And I say cheap because I thought, hey, they'll do great. And I put a bunch of them down fully full, like they were just stock full of food down in my crawl space, right? We had a cat, we have all these things, and it should have been fine. Well, we got down there because we noticed that we were having a mouse problem because our cat was taken by coyotes, and it was like a month or two, and we were like, uh-oh, we better check and see what's going on downstairs, down in the crawl space. So we pulled out a bin, and one of these bins, in fact, it was this one, I don't know if you can see, but there's a crease right here in the lid. So with the crease, it opened easily, and a mouse got in and destroyed everything. I lost the entire bin of food. It was like freeze-dried venison, I had spaghetti, I mean, it made me sick. It was probably $300 worth of food that I had in there with everything. It makes me sick just to think about it. So I got really frustrated. I remember telling my husband, okay, poison everything in sight because I can't lose any more freeze-drying food. Then I pulled it all upstairs, and this is just, I think this is a quarter of what I have left to do to put into these big, huge Costco bins because they're super great bins. They're green mode storage, it says. I'm not sure, but they're these ones. There's these ones, and you can see that they have this on them. They have like a spot, and the lid actually correlates with this too, and you can zip tie them shut. Nothing's getting in this sucker. Thank heavens. Because I'll tell you what, I literally was crying when I was emptying out those freeze-dried bags and they all had holes dug in them. That was really, really rough. So anyways, that's what I'm doing today is I'm moving the last of my bins into these bins because these bins that I got at Costco are like normally $8.67, I think, something like that. So I've been buying them in batches of 4 to 8. So I just got the last 8 right now. So that's what I'm doing. So what I've been using is these Avery labels, and I have crappy handwriting, but I don't care. So it's the 2 1/3 inch by 3 3/8 inch. There's 8 to a sheet. You can kind of see right here how big they are. And I'll slap that on the back of the bin right here. However, I take stock of what I put in first, and I use these fun little, I gotta keep things fun. So I use these fun, different colored bright markers. Today I might use, I don't know, turquoise, whatever. Because I like the way it looks on the paper, and it also tells my husband, what to look for if I send him down there, because if not, he's seeing a label that has a bunch of, right? It doesn't look that fun. So if he knows to look for my white label with my writing on it, then it'll be easier for him he'll just spend all this time down there trying to read my writing. Okay, so I know that I've got tomato sauce, so I'm just going to make a little pile from this bin that I'm going through. Blueberries. These all sealed really nice. More blueberries. So I'll just make a pile around me. This is cooked ground elk. And all my bins are mixed up because I was like moving stuff around and tossing them between bags when I was moving them up. Raw eggs. So what I'll do is like, well, for sure I've got blueberries. I have at least 3 bags of blueberries right now. So I'll just put, and like I said, that's as pretty as it's gonna get. That's it, nothing else. And I'll put whatever I can fit on here is what's gonna go on there, and then I will put that in the bin and slap it to the front, and there you go. So let me get this bin full and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so as you can see, I've got my label ready, and I'm just going to slap it on the end right here, and that bin is ready to go. Now I've got a whole bunch more here in my lap, and I get to keep going until these bins are taken care of. And then what I'll do is I'll keep a running tally of what I'm putting in each of my new bins and organize them that way. These bins, I'm hoping that my husband will, this is the plan, zip tie the edges and put them down into the crawl space or out into the loft. We currently don't have other storage space because I also have other things that I'm doing that he's doing as well. So we're trying to just kind of put our food storage where we can put it. And we try really hard not to waste food. So if you get a chance, check out how to do leftovers or other tips and tricks to save money using your freeze dryer. And I know it's an initial cost at first, but honestly, it's a great investment for your family, and it's a great investment for your neighbors and your friends as well. So anyways, if you have any questions, put them in the comments or subscribe. Don't forget to hit us up at freezedryingmama.com and see just exactly how you can do it without a lot of organization. And then I have my mother-in-law also posts, and she does some great things, and she's actually really organized and she does a great job. So if you want to see how to do both ways, they both work. It just works. Just see what works for you. Okay guys, and thanks, and we'll talk to you later.